Ja, nu ska vi börja prata med Jönköping International Business School. Och det innebär väl också såklart att vi måste ju, ni hör ju själva, International Business School. It's time for some, we leave the Swedish behind because now we're going to talk English. Yeah, because this is the Jönköping International Business School. So welcome to the studio. And we have to, who's here with us?
Thank you very much. My name is Jerker Moddison. I serve as Dean and Managing Director of JIBS.
Yeah, welcome Jerker. And
my name is Johan Larsson and I'm Program Director for the Civilekonom program.
Yeah, the Civilekonom program. And
thank you. My name is Navid Akhtar and I'm Associate Dean of Education.
All right, so you're a warm welcome, and we know for a fact that this is a school that has a lot of international students and so on, so this live stream will be very helpful for them. So we start with JIBS in a total way. Jerker, what is so special about JIBS? In business life, we pretty often at least talk about the USP, you know, the unique selling point. If you have the time to describe them for JIBS.
Sure, thank you. I would say we sell on, or we sort of, what defines us is, first of all, we have a very high quality education. We are among the business schools in, among the best business schools in Europe. Definitely among the best business schools in Sweden when it comes to quality, impact, relevance. We can see that on the employability of our students, etc. So I want to stress the quality first and foremost. Then another selling point which makes us stand out in this group of other leading business schools is the international profile of our school. Yeah. All our education is available worldwide because we speak English on all our courses. And we have a very diverse group of teachers, very diverse group of students. So if you study at JIBS, it is like working in a very international environment. Yeah. You're exposed to those challenges and opportunities that diversity brings. You get to know how people from all over the world, you build a network. Yeah. Which will become your professional network in your professional career after your studies. And you also learn how to cope with the challenges that comes from working in a diverse environment, because cultures are different, and that, I think, is what makes it so fascinating to work in this milieu. Yeah. This is something you will find useful, I would say, for the rest of your career and the rest of your life. Yeah.
You can almost feel that when you go into JIBS. You know, it's a totally different world. You can.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as me in my role as dean, being the manager of many of our colleagues, also, you could very much see the different, I would say, ways of relating to an organization. Yeah. Different views on hierarchies and so on. Yeah. Which makes the learning environment richer, I would say, because this is how the world looks. So you can find more or less the whole world lives at JIBS. Yeah,
the whole world lives at JIBS. It's like a new tagline. Yeah, we have to go with that. But Johan, what are the subjects taught at your school? Mm-hmm.
We obviously teach a lot of different disciplines and sub-disciplines, but to simplify, we have education in economics. Yes. And if you want to major in economics, you can either go with our bachelor program in international economics, or the economics track in the Civilekonom program.
All right.
And then you have business administration, where you have 2 more general programs. International management, fully taught in English. The Civilekonom program that have a small percentage of courses in Swedish. Pretty much those based on Swedish law. Like tax law and commercial law and so. But we also have 2 focused programs that we are quite proud of, that are created for those that are interested in either marketing. So we have the marketing management program, and also those that are interested in sustainability issues. Then we have the sustainable enterprise development programs. All right. And all of these, of course, give you a degree that opens up possibilities both for work and master education throughout the world.
Yeah, so a lot of different groups there. But if we look on how big is each student group? We talked about this with the other schools.
Yes, the largest program that we have is the civil economy program that can range between 120 and 140 students starting each semester.
Yeah, and that's pretty big, huh?
It's pretty big. It's the largest program, and then I mean around 100 students per program. A little bit depending upon also how many students do apply, and we want to make sure that we give the best students an opportunity if they have selected programs in first hand and so.
All right.
May I just add something there?
Absolutely.
Because I think that is also one of the advantages of JIBS compared to the other leading schools in Sweden, because the other leading business schools in Sweden are Gothenburg University, Lund University and Stockholm School of Economics. And they are significantly bigger than JIBS. So the small scale of the school, I want to stress that this makes the each student more seen and heard than at the big schools worldwide. So you get a closer relation between the student and the teacher. I would say, like Johan on his program, even if it's the biggest program, some time into the program, he knows his students by name. And I think that's quite an advantage actually to be able to really see and hear each student. So. And they also build a very close and strong community among them. The students, they get close friends during the studies. Each student is not one in a big crowd, because they are one among a smaller group compared to many other schools. I think that is also quite much defining our learning environment. That it becomes personal.
Yeah, is that the feedback we receive from former students and so on, that they appreciated that kind of...
They appreciate that, and they appreciate also that among those that they get to know quite closely, there are so many nationalities. So they say that among the best things during the studies is that their prejudices are always challenged. So they cannot take anything for granted, because in each classroom, let's say there are 20, 30 students in the classroom, and maybe among those 20, 30 there are 10 nationalities represented. They come in with different perspectives. And if you have an opinion when you start a discussion, you can be sure that you meet completely different perspectives on that. And when you leave the classroom, probably maybe you have changed your mind. And that, I think, is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, that was my follow-up question for you, Johan, because for the other schools here, we talked a lot about the interaction between teacher and students, and this is what makes you in a big picture so unique. And as you said here, Jerker, Jerker described that you know your students by name. We're not going to do a test right now about that, but is that really important? Is that one of the unique thing you would say for also your programs and so on, to actually be closer to your students and be closer to, because this is a changing world out there also. It's not like we have done this in this way. We have the sustainability program coming up like for a couple of years ago and so on.
If you look at a typical JIBS course, we have a small portion of traditional lecturing. And in traditional lecturing, of course, the student is not seen and is not interacting that much. But the normal course have a lot of case-based teaching. And then you break down and you meet students in smaller groups. And when we have group projects, most often we build in tutoring, and then of course the teacher interacts not with 20 students but with 4 or 5 students. And the mixture of the large lecture halls, which can range up to 350, and that is an experience in itself, of course, to case-based teaching and group work, and that kind of dynamic is quite nice. And we also, of course, encourage all our students to go to campus, not only on the days when we have lectures. And for those of you that are close by, I mean, visit our premises and see how we have built up this kind of learning environment where you actually can meet and work with your friends.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to
is.
see. So visit that if you are able to. And we have to move on and talk a little bit about the master programs, Navid. So what are the subjects and how many are there?
Good question. I mean, as Johan already said, that we work around quite a diverse group of know, subjects. And this is a step up in terms of excellence. First of all, I would like to stress that our master programs are now FT ranked, Financial Times ranked, from 2021 onwards. That's a very big thing for us, and it's we are like in the league of unique and very individual schools. So that's one thing. But then again, we work around our focus areas, that is economics and business administration. So we have 2-year programs, and then we have 1-year programs. So in 2-year programs, we cover around different specialization in entrepreneurship and digital business, let's suppose, supply chain, global management, applied economics, data analysis. And then we have 1-year focus program, like for engineers, we offer engineering management, who have engineering as their bachelor's degree and don't have a typical business background. Then we have international financial analysis, and then marketing, international marketing. So these are our master program, which is, we cover quite a range of subjects here. And with this Financial Times ranking,
we have to talk a little bit about that, guys. How did that make you feel?
I mean, this is of course a milestone for the school. It's foremost very important for our students to get proof, because it's one thing if we say that our education leads to a good career and a good life, but this is actually data proving that that is correct. So because the most influential aspect of the ranking is data on our former students' career, their employment, their salary development. That makes up approximately 30% of the ranking. The rest is based on quality indicators of the actual education. So given that ranking, we can say for sure that if you do your degree here, you will get a good job, a good career, good salary, hopefully a good life. And it's only, the list is quite limited, as Navid said. Let's say there are some 10, I think even 15,000 business schools or economic faculties worldwide that potentially could make it into that list. There's only room for 95 in Europe. So we are one of those top schools, which with the highest performance in terms of employability, career development of our former students, which I think, I mean, this makes us very proud and happy. And it also adds value to our students' degrees, if they can say to their future, show their future employers that they have a degree from a school ranked by Financial Times among the top in Europe. It adds value to their degree. So it makes us very proud and happy and confident that we can actually continue to promise this to our students and be sure that we are not exaggerating, that we are making a solid and true promise.
When that was announced, I guess it was a pretty easy day to go to work, huh? So
but that's also one thing. We also have, as we have talked about on other occasions, 2 international rankings or accreditations, EQUIS and ACSB. But I would like to stress that we don't do this to get the kind of the label or to get the golden egg to sell. Because this also comes with commitment. So if you become ranked, if you become accredited, it means a lot of work for us to maintain that. So it puts us in the top league. But to stay in the top league, you really have to play your cards really well. So you really have to take this serious, work with continuous improvement. Because the most dangerous thing, I think, for schools is to make one-time effort to really make it there and then relax. This is not how we work. We live with those rankings and accreditations all year round, every day.
I just want to add to what Jerker said, because obviously we have this big international exchange. And the fact that we do have these accreditations means that other schools that are accredited, they want to partner with us.
Yeah.
So we also then, by our accreditations, not only secure our quality, but also quality among the partners that we send students to.
Yeah, we talk a lot about people from all over the globe coming to JIBS, and I know for a fact that a lot of you out there may be wondering how many students on JIBS are international.
Depends on how you define international, because we have, on total I would say that almost 50% of our students come from another country than Sweden.
All right.
Some of them live in Sweden.
Yeah.
We have students from Europe.
Yeah.
They are admitted through the state-funded education system. And then we have, as we call, third country or non-European students who come here and pay a tuition fee.
Yeah.
So it depends on how you...
All right,
but on total,
50%.
about 50% of our students higher on the master level. On the master level, I would say like 75,
about
maybe
75,
80%.
and maybe in some programs it's even higher.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing here is that, I mean, if you are a local from Sweden, you already get that international experience by studying at JIBS. You don't have to travel abroad for that, because you are already in a class with the 80% students coming from, let's suppose, other countries, from Asia, from South America, from Africa, and then you have European students.
Yeah.
So this is your first exposure to international environment here at JIBS, and then you, on top of that, you have the opportunity to go abroad for an exchange semester.
Yeah.
You can do international internships. So I think this is what makes us quite unique in the sense that you are international from day one.
International from day one, and you actually took my follow-up question on that one, to go away abroad for one semester. You said that because we know for a fact that a lot of students would like to come to a school that's possible, and we can see the world and we can learn more about, and it's the same exchange here, so to say, huh?
Yes.
That's correct. I see that we have questions coming up in the chat, and I have a lot of questions coming now, but we start with one in the chat from you guys. What are the difference between international economics candidate program and international management candidate program?
Both programs teach you both economics and business administration. But in international management, you will get your degree in business administration. So there are more courses in business administration, finance, marketing, and those kind of courses than you would have in international economics, where you instead, of course, have more courses in micro and macro theory and learn more about how society works economic-wise.
Yeah, all right. Thank you for that question, and let's move on. We talk a lot about English because we talk English right now. We switch from the Swedish language to English, and I know for a fact since last year we had a lot of questions from the Swedish student, at least, about the language here at JIBS. How is it to actually take part of that, and maybe you have some worries in your stomach about that, but what would you like to say to them, or address to the Swedish at least, that would like to go here and, everything is in English?
Yes, I would say relax. I mean, you can hear from my accent and Johan's accent. We come from Sweden. You can hear that clearly in our English accent. Navid is from Pakistan. You can also hear that on his accent. We work in an international environment, and you get used to this very quickly. Yeah. And as I told you before this started, when I come back from the summer vacation every year, I've been speaking Swedish all day, and it takes maybe 1 or 2 days before I'm back into the English mode. Yeah. It's the same for students starting here. Maybe they have, feel a little bit uncomfortable first day, first week, but they come into this so quickly, and they advance their English so quickly. Yeah. And we haven't had, I think, any students, maybe one student in almost 30 years' time, who decided not to finish the degree because of the language. Yeah. You will be surprised how easy it is to learn professional English when you work in an English-speaking environment.
Yeah. And Johan, you talked about that before we were on live right now. We said that we talked about the new coming generations. We have the Alpha generation coming and the X, Y, and Z generation and so on. And for a fact, we know that they are much better in English.
Absolutely.
So it's not that big step.
I mean, it is, of course, taking one step outside of perhaps the comfort zone.
Yeah.
But then again, we train for the business life. And the business life want to have candidates that take that step outside of the comfort zone.
Yeah. So again, we know for a fact that this is a very popular school, and you really got the spotlight going on with, for example, Financial Times. And as you said, it's not only one time you want to be up there on that list. You have to keep it there. You have to always improve yourselves. And I know for a fact here in Jönköping, in our area, we have a lot of exchange with the companies around here, because that's another big thing.
Yes.
We don't have to. We can't forget that in this live stream.
I mean, it's very important. We combine theory and practice.
Yeah.
That's part of our learning philosophy. So it's not just that we teach you the theories, the textbooks, but you get throughout your education a possibility to apply your knowledge continuously. Because we want our students to become not only, let's say, well educated, but also skilled. Yeah. So we want our students to actually become skilled professionals. Yeah. And to become skilled professionals, you need to apply what you learn. So throughout the education, you meet real companies and you work with real problems with those companies. We work a lot with Science Park, and we have a range of entrepreneurship.
Next to us here,
definitely. And we are also, the university is one of the owners of Science Park. So we have very close collaboration with them. Yeah. And we want you to try out, to fail, to learn. Yeah. So entrepreneurship is not just something we teach, but also we give you the opportunity to practice entrepreneurship, to start a business, fail a business, and eventually succeed with your business.
Do it again. Yeah. All right. So we are soon on the wrap up here, and we have to talk a little bit about Jönköping, because if we look at staff and teachers, do you think students have a good study and life balance here in Jönköping? I'll start with you, Navid.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so it's the typical day at JIBS is not only studies, but it's many activities, and I think my colleagues can shed light on more. But it's a city of dream hack, Yeah. So you have a lot to do. So it's a perfect size when it comes to it's safe. It's you have a lot to do here, different activities, surroundings, nature. Yeah. So whatever you ask for. I mean, I'm coming from outside, but I'm a JIBS product. I did my PhD here. I'm staying here. This is an amazing place to study as well as to do other activities. So I think this is amazing, and this is what we provide here as well. Good. So you have a lot to do in different activities with joining the different organizations at JIBS. So it's.
Are there any specific economics project that you can be a part of as a student?
Oh, many.
Yeah.
We have our student association, JSA, and they have a number of clubs or utskott, whatever. Now you see my English is failing me here. With focusing on finance, entrepreneurship. And a range of things. So there's a lot of opportunities there.
Sports.
Sports, of course, also.
And our students, of course, they run a lot of projects. Yeah. So not only do they learn project management at school, but they actually run their projects and show that they can be skilled project leaders. Yeah, actually from when they graduate.
Yeah, and if you want to read more about those kind of projects, we actually can look into the website and other forms.
I can mention, if I have time,
I
can mention one. Yeah. JIBS Entrepreneurship Challenge coming up in April, where it's student-led project, where groups of students, teams of students, from JIBS, JTH, and any other school, they are exposed to a challenge, a real challenge from a real company.
Yeah.
They get 24 hours to solve that challenge and pitch it to a jury, and they can win real money as prize money.
Yeah.
This is one example of student-led projects with really high impact, I would say.
Yeah. That's kind of JIBS style, I would say. Yeah. So just short, Navid, are you excited for the coming up?
Yeah, we are always excited, and just to let you know that we just don't call it as a city of DreamHack. We do lots of research here on esports.
Yeah.
We are designing a course on esports.
Wow.
So we may have a gaming room soon at JIBS. So, this is like what we say. It's quite in line with our city as well. So we are excited to welcome.
Yeah, I can see that. Johan, what about you? You soon going to run in to do another...
I actually have another presentation at past now, but I mean, this is a lovely time of the year, and I feel excited already for all the new students that we will meet in autumn.
Yeah, and Jerker, the same with you?
Yeah, I'm very excited, and as I said before, I promise our students, invest some of the best years of your life with us, and it will pay off. And I'm to be held accountable, because I will meet you upon your day of graduation as well, and then I know if you are happy or not, and I know that 40% of you will have a job offer waiting for you. Another 40% will get a job within just weeks. And I know that all of you will have a job 1 year after graduation.
Yeah.
So I feel confident promising this.
Yeah. So it really pays off to start at JIBS. And if you are more interested in JIBS, please visit the JIBS site, and also go to the GEO site to read more about it. And it's exciting times coming up, and we say so much welcome to all you guys around the globe to come visit us here. Again, if you want to learn more about JIBS, last year we did a session like this, a little bit longer, when we were sending live from JIBS. And that's still on our YouTube page, so you can go there and you can look into that, and then you will learn a little bit more and hear from the students and so on. And yeah, exciting times coming up. Thank you so much, and good luck to be keeping that, the top ranking of JIBS. And we're looking forward to see you again real soon, and the students when they arrive here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very much.